Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I thought we would do something a little different today and spend some time looking at the overall structure for gold and the overall wave count, grand cycle, super cycle, and look at how prices moved across time when it comes to gold. And maybe it'll give us some insight as to what kind of moves we can expect next and how the gold price is going to be moving for the next couple of years. So let's jump right in. For that, we're now utilizing the monthly chart to get a clear idea, since we're studying a lot of data. And just for everyone who doesn't know, that basically means each candle represents 1 month of price movement. So let's zoom back and go till we've got active price data on the chart. So this is kind of where the price starts appearing on the chart as mappable in about the 60s. So let's take it from there. So I've already done the markings, since it can get a little intricate and it would be quite difficult to mark it while I'm doing the video. The video would just become way too long. So I've already done the markings to kind of give you a good idea. So after gold started trading regularly in the 60s, we had a basic super cycle making its first. Hold on, I'll just zoom in so that it's clear. Yeah, as you can see, the price going up from here. So making its first wave, second wave in the 70s, and then shooting up in a third wave here till December 74, coming down in a fourth, and then a monster fifth wave going up and forming the first real major peak in gold, taking it to a high of 873 on the 1st of Jan 1980. We mark this complete impulse as Grand Cycle 1 because that's the overall large cycle running. After this, we had a ABC which started here on 1st Jan 1980 and ended here 1st of September 1999. So a very, very long correction. It was a zigzag ABC. You had wave A coming down here. You had wave B coming up, not crossing 61.8%, and a wave C that made its way down, trudging along all the way to 253 from a high of 873. Took almost 20 years, 19 to be exact, after which the next huge wave began. So that's wave 2 of the Grand Supercycle. So when we're talking about the Grand Supercycle, we are still actually in wave 3. This is a huge cycle. It began in 1999 and is still ongoing. But we're going to break that down even further because it kind of went into quite a bit of extensions, since this is a third wave. So we had a first wave and a second wave. This third wave, which made a peak at 1032, the fourth wave that made a low of about 700, and a fifth wave that peaked out around 1920, which forms the first wave of the third wave of the supercycle. So I know this is going to get a bit confusing, but you know how we basically have these interior waves here, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that made the first Grand Cycle's first wave. Then we had this huge ABC, which made the second wave. So now this is the first wave of the third Grand Cycle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's just number 1. After that, we had number 2. So this ended in 1st of September 2011, and we went down till the 1st of December 2015. Again, 4 years in the making, in the correction, making this the second wave. Now, this isn't a grand cycle. This is a super cycle. This is similar to this wave being created here. So this is the second wave that came about, and we then launched into the third wave, which we're currently still in. Now, the third wave actually started off, what was it? Yep, 1st December 2015. It had a first wave, a second wave, third, fourth, and a fifth, because this third wave, again, is breaking down into 5 waves. And let's actually jump into the weekly chart to get a better and a clearer view of this. So as you can see, from 2015, you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which forms the first wave of the third wave of the grand cycle. So that was your first. Just reset it. Which ended at 2075 on the 3rd of August 2020, after which gold went into a correction, did a regular ABC, and that ended at with a low of 1,616 on the 31st of October. The next impulse began there. Again, you had your first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave triangle here, and then your fifth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which ended the third wave here, which is the all-time high that this correction has been playing off. The high of 5,598.750 on the 26th of Jan. That's the week, at least. And we have gone into this WXY pattern that we're waiting to finish, which is actually going to be the fourth wave completing of the third super cycle, third grand cycle. And once this wave completes, just jumping back into the monthly chart, and once this fourth wave completes, you're going to have the fifth wave of this third super cycle. And since this third wave is already fairly extended, I'm kind of expecting this fifth wave to, of course, go in an impulse. But I'm expecting it to not be too huge, maybe finish about 6,400, 6,500 before we actually get into the major fourth wave here. And if we're looking at the major fourth wave, we need to find what kind of retracement it's going to be. For that, we need to find the low from which the third wave began, take it to the top. At the moment, I'm just going to assume around 6,500. So we can look at a corrective from there. And again, this corrective is going to last months, if not years, because a lot of these major waves really, really take their time. As you could tell, some of them have lasted for ages. We're going to look at this wave coming something like this to form your A wave, B, and your C wave, something like this. Now this could be 5 years, 6 years, it's going to be a while. So this correction, if gold ends up stopping at around 6,500, which is where I'm expecting this fifth wave to eventually terminate, and will end the third wave of the larger third wave. We're then looking at a long corrective, which might take a while, couple of years, and eventually bring price back down to 4,400, 4,500. So, people who are expecting, who have caught this huge wave here and are expecting a similar ride with gold in terms of investments, where they've invested in gold at 1,800, 1,020 or $800, $900, and they've seen this astronomical growth from 2016 till 2026, where it's gone all the way to almost 5,600. They're expecting that kind of growth again. I would say really think again if those are the expectations that you're coming with, because the way I see it, gold is going to go top out about 6,000, 6,400, 6,500, and then it's going to be slotted in this range between 6,500 or whatever high it makes and 4,300 for quite a while before it is ready to actually take off again and go into this fifth wave, and really show you this kind of a move where your investment isn't just giving you 5-10%, but is actually doubling and tripling over the years. And once this fifth wave is done, and however high that goes, that will then be the completion of the third grand super cycle. Now, this could be a while, could be decades away. We'll have to see how it plays out, but this is basically the price movement that you can expect. And of course, after the third, we'll have to look at a really big fourth wave correction, but I'm not going to really go into that because that is really, really far away. And it's going to push gold into a correction that's going to be looking at, correcting all the way from the start of the third wave, which is when gold was trading at around 200 all the way till wherever it tops out, which is 10,000. So even if it's doing a 23 or a 38% retracement, which is not a deep retracement, it's still going to be a monstrous correction. So, but that's really far. I think if we can just focus on this part here, followed by the awareness that this is what follows, you're going to be in a good space. So that's all from me. Just wanted to share this observation and this grand cycle count that I have. If you guys have something different, or if you guys are also mapping gold and you have a different path chalked out, I would love to know more about it. Please drop a comment below, and I'd love to discuss it with you. And if you're somebody who's really into Elliott waves and mapping gold, silver, and other assets, as well as trading them on a smaller timeline, not the monthly chart, more like the 4-hour and the daily chart, you can check out my community, Investor Edge Club. The links in the description as well as the comment below. You can check it out. I've got a couple of really good trades actually, which are just waiting to activate for this month. If you want those levels and you want those trades, feel free to join us. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Take care.